Hello and welcome to my channel. Before we get into the reading today, I just wanted to go over a couple of things really quick that I've noticed. So today is currently March 1st, 2023 that I'm recording this on. I tried to record the week ahead, actually a couple of times, the past couple of days really, and I just wasn't feeling it, and I didn't want to force it. I want to go with the flow and the energy and all of that. And the whole reason why I'm bringing it up is that those times in which I was trying, but then realizing I couldn't, I was just really sad out of the blue, and it for like stuff was just coming up from out of nowhere. And it's not like I was sad for other reasons, you know. I'm not going through a heartbreak, or I'm not dealing with you know, any death or anything like that. But then I've read a little bit about what's going to be going on through March, and generally I'm kind of ahead of things, it seems. So I definitely wanted to give my viewers a heads up that, you know, if you've been getting these feelings that just are coming up, to, you know, if you are in a place that you feel safe, that you can feel those feelings, to go with it, feel it, let it flow through you, so that way you're not stuck in it. And if you are going through, you know, heartbreak or a death or something like that, where you're grieving, whatever it may be, like, I'm not trying to minimize that at all. Like, I just want to let those of us that are kind of getting sideswiped by this to know that, hey, this could be going on for your March. That was the main thing I wanted to bring up, just because sometimes the universe likes to give me things of that nature to kind of give other people a heads up, or other things. And then the other thing I wanted to make a note on is just because I've reviewed some of the videos that I've done, and I know I didn't explain it in the videos at the time, but if I ever say something wrong, just know that I am human. But say, like, for instance, like the Ace of Cups come out and I call it the Ace of Pentacles. It's not that I can't read or I don't know the card. It's there's usually like a subconscious reason for it, or, you know, there's like a Freudian slip, if you will. So that has like extra meaning behind it for me. So I just want you to know, as the viewer, especially if I don't bring it up, if I slip up and I don't mention it, then it has like even more impact. But most of the time I will notice it and I will explain it and call it out. But I think there was one that I did recently where I didn't catch it, and then I was watching the footage back and was like, how did I not miss that? Or how did I miss that? And yeah, so just want to be transparent with you, and I am human. And then finally, for these readings, I know lately I've been putting up a bunch of readings a little bit later than I've been hoping to have them go up, but with scheduling issues and other stuff that's been going on, we're getting back on track. So I'm hoping to get to a more consistent schedule moving forward and get that all straightened out for you. So that way you can expect, not everything all at once. And as always, my readings are general, so please take what resonates, believe the rest. And when I record these videos, I don't have a title in mind. So if the title brought you in, great. It's probably that way for a reason. Otherwise, what comes out is what comes out. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the week ahead forecast, if you will. I'm going to start with we're in Pisces season, so of course, let's go ahead and do the water element. So if you are, or have, because you're much more than your sun sign. If you have Pisces, since we're in Pisces season, Cancer or Scorpio, then this is going to be your week ahead. I definitely feel really drawn to the moon cards. I think last time I checked, I want to say the moon was in Cancer. That may have changed. So that would make sense. Pisces season and a Cancer moon, of course, we gotta have the moon cards for the water signs. I think I'm gonna do 3 cards. I definitely feel like that one, and then definitely feel that one, and then feel this one. So we got 3 Moonology cards. And then I think I'm going to do the tarot reading next, and then we'll go back to the moon cards, so that way you can just kind of think about or feel whichever one feels right, but usually like that which one is for you. Though I have a weird feeling that this would be for Pisces and then Scorpio and Cancer, but that's just me being me, so take that as you will. Goodness, I am really torn between my decks here. And I can't remember, even though I just posted one of the weeklies and I'm going to be reviewing the other one that's yet to go up, I can't remember them, so oh goodness. I think I'm going to go with this one. Just gonna ask the question like I have been asking, which is, what can the water signs expect for their week ahead? I'm just gonna try and do a 3 card, which seems like inevitably is more than that, but such is life. I just try to go with the flow of everything, and what comes out is what comes out. Cool, okay. We just need one more. Okay, are you gonna actually fall out or no? Okay. That one was like hanging by a thread. Oh, good grief. I wanted 3, not however many this is that's like trying to fall out that I've caught in my hand. Hold on. No, 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 no. Oh, man. See, I try to be even and fair amongst all the signs and elements, but inevitably this happens. And I know someone's gonna be all upset, like if they watch all of them, being like, why didn't you do this for us? I don't control the cards. They fall as they do. Goodness. I'm still gonna take these because it feels pertinent. Okay. So we have our 4 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. And then the 10 of Wands came out first, followed by the Queen of Cups reversed that like did that weird thing it did, and then these all came out sideways and kind of reversed. So if you're new here, I am a weirdo, and I say that with love because I embrace my weirdness, and I read these kind of like it's up in the air as far as if it's upright or reverse. I like to explain it as it's that moment in time when you flip a coin and you don't know which way it's gonna go. It's always interesting whenever we have this setup of the sideways scenario where we have upright and reverse kind of contrasting with each other. Interesting. And then this one was with this pile that came out, but it was, you know, reversed, like very adamantly reversed. So I would say, since it came out like this, I'm gonna lay these down. I don't know if I have enough space for all of them. Okay. I'm gonna be kind of covering up the cards up here, but you can still see them. I just want you to know that that is what's going on here. I want you to be able to see everything. Goodness, I'm feeling a theme from one of the other readings I did. I'll have to look it up because I cannot remember which one it is because I've done so many at this point that I honestly can't remember, but it was a lot of blue and yellow. So I'll link that and that way you could see it because it feels like it might be connected, because that's honestly all I'm drawn to is the blue and the yellow. It's interesting that we have all these wand cards here. So just a quick overview of what all we got here, because I don't think I went over it. We have the 10 of Wands upright, the Queen of Cups reverse, and then that pile that fell out. We have the 5 of Wands, the 2 of Cups, the 3 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, and we have Justice, followed by the 6 of Wands reversed. So it's still rather curious that I'm just drawn to all the blue and the yellow. And if you notice, like, there's slightly different shades of blue too. Like, these two are more of a match, and like these two are more of a match. Same thing with that one. Maybe that one. I only mention that because, you know, like, it does have an impact on how you can read things. You know, there's meaning behind color, like I've brought up before. You know, there's more to it than just the basic, you know, of, for instance, like, there's more to it than, like, with red meaning, like, anger or love. There's so many more meanings behind color, whether it's with color theory or with your chakras or auras or whatever that it is. Like, there's a lot of meaning behind it. And I will be very upfront here that I definitely am still learning about things, and especially when I'm in the middle of the reading, it sometimes is harder for me to remember all the different things because I'm just focused on the reading. So it's not that I'm don't necessarily like want to put it all on you, the viewer. It's more of I think it's because I see myself as a lifelong learner and student that I want to give you all the information, and if I can't pull everything from the ether, so to speak, but I've noticed something, I at least want to give you that information so that way you can do with that what you will. Hence, we're back at full circle why I'm bringing up the blue and the yellow. So, like, for instance, like, even on the cards that don't really have blue, like the Four of Pentacles here and the Justice, I am drawn to the yellow on them. It's the yellow of the Pentacle, the yellow background here on the Justice card. So the fact that I've been reiterating it as much definitely feels like you need to look into blue and yellow and what it means, because it could have something of value to you. Anyway, let's get into this. So, overall, Four of Pentacles, he's holding this pentacle so tightly. If you notice, he's also on these two pentacles. It's that possessiveness. It's that not wanting to let go. So I would say that's the general vibe, which, I mean, makes sense as someone with a lot of Cancer in their chart. Sometimes people bring up the fact that with the symbolism of the Cancer being a crab and how their claws, it is hard for them to let go of things. But when they do let go, you know, their mind was made up a long time ago. It just took them time to set it in action. Anyway, the Ten of Wands here. I'm just really drawn to that blue background. I'm trying to think of like how else to describe it. I mean, other than like it's obvious, like he's so overburdened you want to give him a wheelbarrow or give him some help for it. But the good thing is with the 10 of Wands, you know, it's a 10 in the tarot is like the very end, and you could either go back to an ace or you could move up to a page, generally like cycle speaking. So probably just been, you know, really overburdened, feeling like you have no help. And next up we have the Queen of Cups reversed. The thing I'm really drawn to on this card is the really ornate cup that she has here. It's like the Ace of Cups. And if you notice, she's like holding it out, but at the same time she's like staring it down. So in some ways I'd liken that as in like she's giving the Ace of Cups. I think there's one specific detail on this that you're just gonna have to go with me on. I don't know what it is, but when it's upright, the little black parts look like, I guess, like angels or something. But when it's reversed, it looks like the crab claws. And I think that ties back into that, you know, the whole bit about holding on so tightly to something, the fear of letting go. It's very interesting. I keep getting this thought popping up in my head, so I'm just going to put it out there of like emotional manipulation. Not saying that that's necessarily here, but like that's just the thought that keeps going through, and it's like, okay, I get it. I'm just going to put it out there. Ooh, buddy. Okay. I feel like since these 6 cards, the 5 of Wands, the 2 of Cups, the 3 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, the Justice, and the 6 of Wands, since they all came out together, I feel like they should all be read together, or at least influence, because this feels like a wall to me. A wall, and then this is kind of separate but still tied in. Goodness. So to take this back like bit by bit, 5 of Wands is definitely all about this, like, just the petty fights that you have with people. That especially happens like on the internet, because you know everyone's sitting behind a phone or a computer. They forget the human on the other end of it, and it just turns into keyboard mashing. Next is the 2 of Cups. And besides just the general thing of me being drawn to the blue and the yellow and the yellow and the blue, what really stands out to me, and I generally don't pick up on this, is this lion here that is staring me down. Like, it just really go with me on this one. It feels like it's almost like I'm being blocked from seeing what's happening between this person and this person, because I am so focused on this lion. Like, the lion just looks angry. I don't know what to say. I know it sounds so weird, but that is what I'm getting off of this. Like, I don't get really anything else off of it other than, you know, the blue and the yellow. And then just this lion. Like, it feels like this is all I see on this card, is just that. I don't see anything else. It's like, that's the card. I'm it's almost like the people do not want to be perceived, and it's like this lion is like, no, you may not look at them exchanging cups. That is really tripping me up. Gonna move on to the next one because it feels very unsettling now, having like locked eyes with the lion. Next up is the Three of Wands. And of course, all the yellow. I feel like it kind of goes unsaid at this point with how much I've been hammering in, but like, that's the main thing. Like, this card's almost all yellow. But the other thing I get off of it is it's this stepping out on a new adventure. You can definitely see that there's stuff off in the distance. But for some reason, I feel like the person here is hesitant, but they want to go on the new adventure. But it's just like that first, like, initial step. I think that's good here. Next up, we have the Eight of Wands here. I don't think I need to mention it at this point, but just it's literally every single card, just blue, and then of course yellow with how the wands are illustrated here. They're predominantly yellow. The thing, other than the colors, that I'm really drawn to is just, it's not necessarily that it's coming in fast. It feels more like it's growing across the card, because I'm drawn to the little leaves, if you will, here, the little parts of the wand that are growing. Honestly, it makes me think of one of the plants I have, and that, you know, it's one of those that you only have to buy it once because it grows so much that you can then trim it and then, you know, put more in another pot, and then now you have two plants. That's kind of how it feels, is that it's one of those plants of mine that is just like, we're growing. Not that you can actually like literally see the plant growth, but it's definitely one of those that when cared for properly, it grows a lot. Because I'm not getting like the fast communication. No, I'm just getting like growing plant, which is so weird. But that's kind of what I'm getting off of that. It's just like lots of new growth. And then with justice, of course, you know, as I said earlier, these are all sideways, but in one direction, they're predominantly one way versus the other. So of course, stuff can flip-flop and change, but justice is all about things balancing out. So with the reverse of that, you know, I feel like that's fairly straightforward, of it being unbalanced or things not coming to justice. So I think it all depends upon what all happens here as far as where things will go. I'm still really, I'm not really freaked out, but just kind of like, this is weird with the Two of Cups lion thing going on. And honestly, I feel like maybe that's why I feel like this is a wall here. It's almost like a firewall. Which, I mean, literally would make sense because wands is fire. And then off to the side we have, but pulled with this group, is the Six of Wands reversed. Once again, you know, blue, and I know I didn't mention on this one, but, you know, I've already mentioned earlier the yellow on the Justice card, but back to the Six of Wands reversed, it's all about that taking a loss is what I'm thinking of, is what's coming to mind, because upright, it's all about victory. It's, you know, the soldier coming back from the battle. Reverse, it's like you're just gonna take the loss, take the L, and just deal with it. Goodness. I'm trying to think how to best sum this up for you. Because I'm half tempted to clarify this wall, but with how I've been stared down by that line, I feel like that's not a good idea. The thing I keep coming back to is the don't cling so tightly, and the claws on here with the claw thing that I said about this. And then the other thing that I'm keep coming back to other than that is the whole thing that we have at the beginning here of these fights, but then we have justice, you know, kind of at odds at each other. Okay, I think I can explain what's going on here. Because I got a little blip. Sometimes the only way to win is to not play the game, if you will. So that might be what's actually trying to be said here, is that sometimes you need to be the bigger person and just not engage. Or put another way, like learn to pick your battles. Or at least as far as like those two go. With these, I don't know, this card's hard to read because that lion like blocking me feeling that I get off of it. Then we have that new adventure, but it's cautious. It's like a holding back. You only took like one step outside your front door and you're just like, I don't know. And then we have the new growth. I feel like this ties in more with this thing about the picking your battles. You know, that's definitely a way to grow as a person, and there's other ways of like personal growth that you could look into. But I mean, you could also just be like, literally just plant lover and have some plants that grow a lot faster than others. And I definitely feel like the taking an L type energy ties in with this, like picking your battles. Because ultimately, sometimes you need to understand that if you want to foster better relationships with people, that sometimes, you know, you can't reason with someone and you just have to agree to disagree. No, that doesn't mean like you need to change your values or morals or anything like that, but I'm feeling drawn to flip these cards over because I think that wraps up all of this. I'm ready to move on to the moon cards here. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip these over. Okay. Rewind and see where I called that out as the Pisces card. Oh man. And then oh, that's funny. Oh, that's really funny. I'll explain in just a second here. Okay, so the first card was the first quarter moon in Pisces, honor your feelings, which kind of ties in with what I said earlier. Then the second card is full moon in Aries, cool your emotions, which I definitely feel like it ties into the whole emotion thing that we talked about earlier. And then we have the first quarter moon in Gemini, speak your world into being. What made me laugh is that there's a reading I did where I accidentally called Scorpio a fire sign. And when I pointed at the different cards, I said this is Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. So that's why I'm laughing. I'll link to that video too. It's when I slip up like that, just know that it's not intended, and so there's meaning behind it. Especially if it's like a card, like for instance, oh goodness, if I were to call like this the King of Cups, it's not like I like suddenly can't read or I don't know the card. I know the card. It's generally how I take that is there's something here, like subconsciously or otherwise, or the universe or whatever you believe, that is telling you that, you know, the Queen of Cups would be read like the King of Cups. So just I'll mention it in future videos, but just as a heads up, whenever I slip up like that, it's usually for a reason, and it has like more meaning behind it. But yeah, let me get my little booklet here. Gonna move that off to the side. So first quarter moon in Pisces. Honor your feelings. Are you putting on a good front, acting like you're bright and breezy, but hiding your real feelings? Rather than acting as though everything is fine, if you're worried about certain issues, it's best to deal with them. Avoid getting so wrapped up in your feelings that you overwhelm yourself and everyone else involved in the situation. If you deny your feelings, you'll go nowhere fast with your manifesting. Look at the big picture and use your intuition. Avoid blowing an upset out of proportion. And then for your manifesting mix, as admirable as it is to live a cheerful and happy-go-lucky life, this card suggests you need to make sure you're not ignoring your emotions. So that goes back to what I said earlier about making sure that whenever this energy comes up, that you need to work through and feel those emotions. Like, do not bottle them. Like, you will get through it. And then the other thing is for your manifesting mindset is you're being asked to feel all your feelings. Making light of your emotions now isn't recommended. Remember, we create with our emotions. And then for the full moon in Aries, oh, just went right past it. Hold on. Cool your emotions. Are you in the middle of an argument, or perhaps in the mood to pick an argument? Surely not. Or are you being overly forward? This is a time of heated emotions and frayed tempers. Anger is better than despair, as Abraham Hicks taught us, because anger spurs us on to do something, but you may get better results if you master your emotions. Certainly avoid stirring the pot, or it could boil over. Cooling your emotions and being the peacemaker means you'll attract a more peaceful outcome. And then for your manifesting balance, it says seek a balance between you, and me. I feel like this ties in with this picking your battles thing. And then your manifesting mindset is there's no point in pretending that you don't have intense feelings, as this blocks your manifesting powers. You need to work through your feelings by thinking of the people involved or forgiving yourself. Yeah, it goes back to feeling your feelings. And then for the first quarter moon in Gemini, speak your world into being. Think about what you want. Do you really believe you can create it? Do you believe you have what it takes, or do you secretly doubt yourself? Worse, are you quietly preparing for failure? Say it ain't so. Here's the thing, you can't fool the universe. Repeated affirmations that you don't believe are a waste of time. Believe in your magic. If someone has spoken if someone has spoken or written unkind words to you, counter them with kind words to yourself. Try it. Speak your world into being. Talk about it as though it's already happening. Then your manifesting mix is here you're being asked to feel your way through a situation that's partly sacred and partly mundane. Be compassionate and clever. And then the mindset is ask your soul to speak to you. Listen to your heart and not your mind. Write lists of your goals. Goodness, I feel like that wrapped up really nicely. It's just funny how things circle back and tie in so nicely together. So yeah, I guess for your week ahead and just for March in general is definitely feel those feelings, let them flow. You'll get through it quicker, but then also we have this, letting go of, you know, different attachments, whether it be material or people or otherwise. And then it's that picking your battles thing I was getting earlier. And of course, like, obviously there's another message here, but it definitely feels like I'm like blocked from it, because every time I keep coming back to this one, I've just, that stinking lion. Like, I don't feel drawn to tell you anything else about that card. I'm just being transparent here. Because my thing is, if I'm reading this, I don't want to mislead you or lead you astray. If I'm not drawn to the two people and I'm drawn to this lion, I want to tell you that. I don't want to tell you, oh, this is the Two of Cups meaning, if I'm not drawn to the things that make me lean into that. And like I said earlier, like, it's as if these people are not here. And like, the lion's like, how dare you try and perceive them? I felt compelled to explain that again. So anyway, I hope you have a good week. I can't recall if I mentioned what the dates were, but I did say that I am pulling this because I'm looking at my laptop here, the March 1st, so I feel like this would be, you know, for a week from now or thereabouts. You know, this could have already happened, or it could have been ongoing now, or it could be in the future. I really don't know, especially with me being like an early bird when it comes to reading stuff. I'm more hesitant to say that this might be, or I'm more prone to saying that it's more likely that this will be a future influence than, you know, right now type of thing. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you have a good week. Definitely feel those emotions, and really hope that you like this video. Comment down below if this resonated with you, and appreciate all the likes, the subscribers, the watchers, the shares, all of it. Have a great week.